Please welcome Lonnie K to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Lonnie K, I just mentioned we've heard a lot of questions over the years.
Yes.
But I hear that you have a concern or question that may be different than one we've heard before. What is it?
Well, my concern is a situation that kind of dominates my life. I am 85 years old.
Wow. You look
amazing.
phenomenal.
And I wake up every morning horny.
Hi-yow! Info Ninja. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the honor of being deep inside you again. Deep inside your ears. Deep inside your ears, you sickos. I can hear your thoughts. And before we get to those thoughts and my thoughts, let's talk about X. We are at Info Ninja Show on X. Please give us a follow. We are at Info Ninja on True Social. You can find us on YouTube as at Info Ninja Show. We are on Rumble as the Info Ninja, and you can get us anywhere podcasts are sold. And if you haven't, hit that share button right now. Send it out. Give me an early Christmas present.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
So welcome to part 2 of our Can They Have Sex series. It wasn't going to be a series, but you guys loved part 1, Can Paralyzed People Have Sex? We got a big turnout for that one. Anything with sex in the headline tends to get people's eyeballs, but I think a lot of you were curious. Can people that are paralyzed have sex? And if yes, how does that work? And hopefully we explained it pretty adequately. You can do some more research on your own. And this one, when I was searching on Google for stuff about paralyzed people having sex, you had to navigate some, let's just say, rough content. When I searched for this one, for this topic, I had to navigate a lot of rough content to get to the science of this, because we're going to answer the age-old question that you really don't know until you're old. And nobody wants to ask their grandparents this question or their elderly friend this question, but do old people have sex? Now, if the question is, can old people have sex? The answer is, for the most part, yes. Unless there's some kind of a medical problem that is preventing it, old people can have sex. And it's this crazy, like, conundrum of time. It's like God's big joke that when men are peaking sexually, women are not peaking. And then when women are peaking sexually, men are out of their peak. And that's kind of what happens in the older age. And things have changed dramatically in that area now, but women kind of get the good end of the stick. Apparently over 40, not only does their sex drive go up, but their sexual satisfaction goes up. So they want to have more sex, and it feels even better than it did when they were younger. For men, kind of the opposite. They have less of a sex drive. It's a little less pleasurable, a little more anxiety provoking sometimes because of erectile dysfunction for men. So yeah, the cards are kind of in the women's deck, so to speak, as aging goes. At least that's the way it used to be.
You've reached the age where you learned a thing or two. This is the age of knowing what needs to be done. So, why would you let something like erectile dysfunction get in your way? Isn't it time you talk to your doctor about Viagra? 20 million men already have.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many marriages or how many suicides were put off by Viagra.
Of course!
Thanks to pharmaceutical intervention, aging now sexually is a little less anxiety-provoking for men. And it's good for women, too, because a lot of the complaints are you have these women who are in their later 40s, early 50s, and their husbands just can't keep up with them sexually. Their sex drive, and they want more and more, and the guys can't give them more and more because they don't have anything to give. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But now, thanks to pharmaceutical interventions, things have leveled off quite a bit more. But yes, they can have sex, but do they have sex? Functionality-wise, with medicine, we can make it happen, but is it actually happening? That's what I'm wondering about. And I'll be honest, it's for myself as well. I don't want at any point in my life, unless a doctor is saying it to me, to go, all right, no more sex. That's it. Done with the sex life. The sexual being is dead. You never want to say that to yourself. It's depressing to think about that.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
When you look into it, being married is a much better chance of you having sex long term than if you were a single person, because after a certain age, dating and hooking up and those sort of things just happen a heck of a lot less frequently. Another great way to continue to have sex as you age is staying healthy. You have to do things for your body, but also your sexual health as well. And for women, they want to stay feeling sexy. So they have to shave those areas, and they have to go to those yogas, and they have to do all those things that make them look and feel and smell pretty. Men, on the other hand, need to stay in good shape. They need to be on the pharmaceutical interventions, that's for sure. After a certain age, you almost have to have that in play, but really it comes down to how active they are in their life as far as exercise is concerned. So you can essentially have sex, because I Googled this, like how long can you have sex? Not like the duration. I had to get through that with Google, but no, how long age-wise can you have sex? And there really is no end to it. You can have sex until you're dead. Men can have babies until they're dead. Men can't have babies, but they can help make babies until they're dead. Women cannot do that. And another question about menopause with women. I wondered about this. Let's say I'm married. My wife goes through menopause. Is that the end of sex? Actually, no. Women after menopause continue to have sex.
Yes, women want more sex, even though most of the stereotypes are that young women are interested in sex. Older women are actually more interested in sex, and from 40 on usually have a higher sex drive than men do. However, our society doesn't always give women permission to be as interested in sex as they might be. But the further they get into life, have their kids, get their careers, get their lives in order, they're usually more interested in enjoying sex.
So how many women? How many people are having sex? Is this a common thing? What are the statistics? That's really what we all care about. What do the numbers tell us?
In a recent study of human sexuality by Manchester University and NatSen Social Research, they found that 54% of men and 31% of women over the age of 70 are having sex at least twice a month. The fact is, people can and will be sexually active until they can't be anymore, which has less to do with aging and far more to do with declining sexual health. 39% of men interviewed dealt with issues of erectile dysfunction, while 32% of women reported that it was difficult to become sexually aroused. However, a 2012 study from Elsevier revealed that female sexual satisfaction only increases with age. The STEADY group, which had an average age of 67 years and was 63% postmenopausal, was able to achieve orgasm in over 67% of sexual encounters, which is, a pretty good average. So it seems like sexual enjoyment and an appetite do not abate much as we age. If we think about it, when we're their age, wouldn't we want to be able to have sex? Yeah, I would.
So there we have it. Sex, yes, is a real possibility in your older age. It can happen. It may be gross to think about. Just think, how old are your grandparents? Do you think it's still happening? Are they pretty spry still? Are they still going on walks together? Then they're probably still banging. I know you don't want to think about that, but when you're that age, don't you hope that you're going on walks and you're still banging? I bet you do. I know I do.
We may say that we just don't want to picture our Grammy or Grampy getting both hanky and panky, but when we look at them, what we see are ourselves. We are all going to age, and elderly sex will only become more prevalent. So maybe it's time to accept and, dare I say it, appreciate that our grandparents are getting it.
Now, this last statistic, it's not really a statistic. It blew my mind, but I thought of asking the internet this question, and there was even more junk to sort through to get to the answer. But how old is the oldest OnlyFans model on the internet? How old is the oldest OnlyFans model? And the answer is Carmen Del Orifice. She's a foreigner. Carmen Del Orifice is 92 years old. Yeah. I don't know if I should be happy for her or very sad for her at this point, but she's 92 years old and she's doing porn on OnlyFans. Wow.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
So the big takeaway from this is yes, old people can have sex. Yes, old people do have sex. And yes, we definitely don't want to ever think about them having sex until it's us. Hi, yow, Info Ninja.
Bitch, you missed. Think on the left, can't aim. you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage.